Did you know that stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve razor blades? Hey YouTube, how you doing? Me? Yeah, pretty good I guess. I had a ton of random faces come in last week, which is awesome, but now I have to find places to fit them in all my videos. As for how my week is going, it's pretty good so far. There's not really any specific reason for it going so well, it just hasn't gone bad, so it's good. So this week's topic is kind of different for me, and really only for one main reason. It's a current topic. Those of you who've been watching for a while know that I really dislike making videos that are current. I really dislike talking about topics that are trending or are sort of something that everybody's gonna be searching or talking about on YouTube. Not because I have this hippie mentality where that's like going with the system or anything, but because I just kind of see it as a cheap way to get views. Because most of the time, even when I legitimately have something to say, I get a lot of views on a video where I make something about a current topic, but it's the people watching aren't watching because they're actually interested, they're just watching because it's a trending topic. In other words, I don't make trending topic videos because I don't want my videos to be getting just tons of views and not really any productivity coming out of them, you know what I mean? I just feel like making a video about a trending topic is really cheap for a YouTube person to do. So I tend to try and stay away from making videos with topics that are sort of current and trending. But the topic for this week was so good and so worthy of discussion that I couldn't pass it up even though it is a current trending sort of topic. So on that note, let's get started. This week we are talking about Obama's contraception laws. More specifically, Obama's contraception laws in relation to the Catholic Church. Just a quick note to everyone watching, I try to do as much research as I could on this, as I do with everything before I talk about it, but politics and all that kind of stuff really doesn't interest me, so whenever I do try and do research on it to talk about it, I find myself going into like a blank stare where I'm reading everything but I'm not actually getting it or understanding it. It doesn't make any sense to me. This could either be because I am really dumb, or it could be just because it doesn't interest me at all, and even when I try and be interested I have a really hard time focusing. So please know that I am coming at this with as an informed opinion as possible. Let's continue. So for those of you who don't know, the basic gist of what is going on is that Obama is trying to enforce a law which requires all businesses and organizations to provide free contraception and abortion stuff to their employees, including religious organizations. So this of course includes the Catholic Church. And for those of you who don't know, the Catholic Church is 110% against contraception and abortion. So as you can imagine, this has sparked up quite a bit of controversy and court cases. Now there are obviously all kinds of debates you could make about whether or not it's right for Catholics to have that kind of belief or rule or law within their religious system and organization. You could also have a whole bunch of arguments as to why Obama's lawmaking is right or not right or whatever. But unless you are a Catholic, politician, or lawmaker, you really don't have the life experience or full information necessary to have an informed opinion on those sorts of things. So we're not talking about whether or not it's right for Catholics to have contraception laws or whatever, and we're not talking about the rightness or wrongness of Obama's lawmaking strategy. What I want to talk about is the very basic issue of this whole thing. Freedom. This is America we are talking about. Random opposite of cross-eyed. Face. Sorry. Land of the free, home of the brave, yada yada yada. How is making a law like this a step anywhere near to freedom? Why is this even a court issue? Never mind the fact that the president is the one who came up with this idea. This law would blatantly restrict and dictate the belief system of the Catholic Church, which is a clear, direct obstruction to freedom of religion. Now, there are those of you who are probably thinking, well, if we give everyone religious freedom, then the Muslims will be blowing us up and making everyone wear burqas. False, 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 false. From what I have researched and understand, neither of those things appear in the Quran. The reason no one in North America is allowing Muslims to blow everyone up and make women wear burqas is because we wouldn't allow anybody to do that, because it's common sense that those are immoral things. Not because we are oppressing their religion. Random creepy face. Now, I don't want to blow things out of proportion, but if Obama is allowed to pass this law, then he's getting his foot in the door on controlling religion, at least within the US. If he gets reelected, look 4 more years down the road. What will he be trying to do then to religion? There are countries where people are legally put to death or thrown in prison if they do not submit to that country's one chosen religion. Obviously, I'm not saying Obama is trying to do that right now, or even necessarily ever, but it is a step in that direction, even if it is a very small step. It is still within within the realm of taking away religious freedom. I am neither Catholic, American, or a politician, but this is kind of disturbing news to me. People's beliefs and belief systems should not be dictated by their country's law, regardless of how minute and mundane some of their beliefs may seem to the rest of us. We just talked last week about sharing our opinions, so please get your opinions out there. Talk about this. Not just down here on this show, but everywhere else too. Stand up for freedom. And of course, discuss below. Anyway, now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show. Hero of the Week! Our Hero of the Week this week is a YouTube user by the name of Skills Beyond Skills. Skills Beyond Skills left a comment on my last video saying, opinions need to be shared, regardless of if people are offended. Sometimes people won't take notice until they are offended. Now, for those of you who don't know, we did talk about sharing our opinions and how some people won't share their opinion because they're afraid of offending others, and how even though you could offend some people, you can still share your opinion gracefully and hopefully not offend as many people, and, you know, went into much more detail. But I really like Skills Beyond Skills comment because he pointed out something that is so very true and so very overlooked by a lot of people. Sometimes people won't take notice until they are offended themselves, which is entirely true. Things always seem so much more important to us when they affect us directly. For some people, nothing is important until it affects them directly. They could care less that millions of people are in slavery and dying every day and being treated horribly wrong and children are being murdered every day because it doesn't affect them directly, which is such a selfish mindset. But if the only way you can get those people attention is to offend them, then I would say offend them, because there are issues out there that they need to care about that they simply don't care about. So thank you, Skills Beyond Skills. You are the Hero of the Week this week. And now for today's shout out. Today's shout out goes out to a YouTube user named DuckTape89. DuckTape89 was of course the 10th person to comment on my last video. Congratulations, DuckTape89. Shout out to you. Remember, if you'd like a shout out on one of my videos, just be the 10th person to comment on this video and I'll be sure to give you a shout out in the next video. And if you'd really like to comment but don't have anything to say about anything else I've already talked about in this video, here is a weekly Would You Rather. Would you rather be completely non-communicative with any living thing verbally or visually for 1 year, or constantly communicative with every living thing verbally and visually until the day you die? Special thanks to Mr. Mysterious J for suggesting that Would You Rather. And then of course there are the random faces you guys could suggest. Those are always helpful somehow. Anyway, that's pretty much everything I got to say for today and the rest of this week. If you'd like to check out any of my other videos, there's a button up here that you can click on and scroll through them and pick a video that interests you. But for now, I'm Isaac Goley, and I'm thanking you for joining me once again on Rant. Peace in.
Comment and subscribe, comment and subscribe, comment and subscribe, and maybe favorite too.